call the, I can't believe this, July Park Board meeting to order. In your packet that went out was the minutes from the last meeting. Are there any changes, corrections, or omissions that anyone saw in that? If not, is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
And a second?
A second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
May I add one thing? The agenda printed out now, or maybe it's been changed, has May 3rd on it.
Yeah.
It does,
Mike saw that? Okay. Just want to make that correction so we don't, yeah,
which is true.
going back in time traveler.
Okay, the first item we have is from the citizens present. That's you guys, right?
Well, we can do, the first item in 5A, the new business, isn't going to take very long.
Okay.
So we can discuss that rather quickly. So the first item is discussion possible action to approve the memorial application submitted by Krista Bozier. Is her name? So I received an application from Krista to install a memorial bench in Lakefront Park. Her preferred location is south of the Walnut Street. I did go down there and take a look at that location, and there's already several memorial benches and probably 4 or 5 other picnic tables in that area, so it's probably not the best location. Having said that, she said that she was open to any other spot in the park, whether it be farther north or further south towards a boat launch. So I guess looking for any recommendation from the park board if you want to see it in a certain part of Lakefront Park or in another park altogether. So,
Do we need any more benches around the band shell at all?
yeah, that'd be a possibility, kind of up on the knoll, up on the hill,
Yeah.
right?
I know she had a reason why she chose that spot, though.
Yeah, something with, let's see, her dad passed away and being out on the St. Croix River, so on and so forth. So that
Right.
was kind of the meaning behind being in Lakefront Park.
Right.
How about on the dike,
Um,
the trail going to St. Croix Street?
further north, that's another location as well.
That's a nice one, yeah.
No.
The new path.
That would be nice.
That would be
I
nice.
think on that north path,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
But let her be involved in the picking of the spot
So do you
on
want
that
to,
location.
Right.
do you want to approve just a general location that, or approval pending verifying
In your
location?
approval?
Yeah.
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 Because there's that new boat launch area. That might be nice to have it there because there's no benches
Right.
there. So right around that boat launch area might be a nice place
Okay.
for her.
Okay. Is that something-
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve under your guidance of where the location is.
I second.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Yeah, I think that's a great place for it to go and it should work really well. Do you want to go into the presentation now?
Yeah, so, yep, next item is old business. It's discussion and possible action to approve a Lakefront Park concessions agreement between the St. Croix Snack Shack and the city of Hudson. We have let's see, Alex and Blake, correct?
Yep.
Here with us this evening to present their updated proposal to us and open for, questions, discussion following. So take it away, gentlemen.
All right, so just a little recap. When we were here last park board meeting, we brought to you guys the idea of Castle Coffee, but with that building at Grandview Park, there's really not a lot available there because there's not it's not retrofitted for health guidelines. So with your help, we shifted it to the Lakefront Park bathhouse and with the name St. Croix Snack Shack. Just a reminder, my name is Blake.
And then I'm Alex Ewig. So kind of for the agenda, kind of what we want to talk about, we kind of want to go over what has changed. We changed our name again from Castle Coffee to the St. Croix Snack Shack, kind of what that means, what we plan on selling, all of this stuff involved in our concession stand. And then with that, kind of an update on all the stuff that we've done to get to this point, all the forms that we filled out, all the different things that we had to do to make sure everything's up to the guidelines and make sure that everything is good to go. And then we're going to wrap it up with any questions that you guys might have for us, and then some questions that we have for you guys, just to make sure everything goes smoothly.
So starting off, just a little overview of St. Croix Snack Shack and our plans. We want to make that Lakefront Park concession stand building go-to hangout spot during the summer months. Not even just people from Hudson going down to visit, but also people from surrounding cities, just by providing like a homely atmosphere and a lot of fun. Also to create delicious snacks and beverages to complement the whole experience of downtown Hudson, because people go there on a hot summer day to go to the beach, go walk around downtown to different shops, and this would just help complement that experience and improve the park as a whole.
So we really want to be people-oriented and then kind of sell food on the side. So with that, it means we want to be super friendly and be kind of just good people overall and have a really good kind of experience as a whole for the customer, and make sure that they are treated right and make sure that we are doing a good job kind of serving them and improving the park. And so we kind of want to be branded as summer fun. So we want to have it be like homely, warm, fun, kind of encouraging to come have fun at the Lakefront Park and kind of enjoy your summer with us.
And then overall, this is, as you guys are familiar with, that concession stand down by Lakefront Park Bathhouse. It'll be a snack and beverage stand that will be open during the summer months. And since it's on the water, we want to also incorporate that into our business and make that a part of who we are. Here's the logo that we have drafted up, and we'll later do some fine tuning, but this is just what we have now. And it's going to stay along this path, and this is just like the base.
So some of the products that we plan on selling, so kind of the first one is snow cones. We plan on having a ton of different flavors. We plan on selling these mainly to kids and I guess anyone who wants a snow cone. We're trying to provide enough variety so that everyone can get something that they like. It's snow cones, so it'll be really good for a hot summer day. We really think people will enjoy these. The next product we have are waffle on a sticks. So these are a little bit more complicated, but basically it's just a triangular waffle and then it's just on a stick. So we plan on putting things like chocolate and sprinkles and different things like that on it, and then selling those to people that maybe they don't want a snow cone, or maybe it's a little cooler out and people want something kind of more not ice cold. And then the third thing we have is frozen desserts, things like sandwich or ice cream sandwiches and like different cartoon character bar things, and then just normal generic ice cream bars. This is kind of to fill and give people something if they don't necessarily want a snow cone.
And then for the different beverages that we plan on selling is water, different soda products with a lot of popular flavors, and then antioxidant water, as that is becoming more and more popular, such as things like bubbler and sparkling ice.
So even more products, kind of cold brew, Miss Vicky's chips, a ton of different flavors, and then juices for kind of kids or anybody who wants to get some juice.
And then here's what we have currently as our planned schedule and kind of our goals to what we strive to get to. So first of all, we plan on being open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day of the week, with the goal of being able to be open from July 25th to August 28th, just this summer. But we also plan on coming back next summer when we're done with our first year of college to continue the stand. And this first month will really help to figure out all the wrinkles and iron those out. And then here are some important dates that we want to work towards and have a goal of opening by then. So with this, a soft open at July 25th. So this would entail us opening it, but not really branding it and marketing that a bunch, just to get some things figured out with where the money goes to with our register system and other technical difficulties that may pop up, just so they can all be figured out by the time that we really make it available to the public. And then with that, that would be that first week, or that last week of July on that Monday. And then our grand opening would be July 29th. And we'd have some sort of event for that, so around like 5 p.m. and invite people from like all over Hudson, bring their friends and family, and have some deals on the stuff there, just to let them know that the St. Croix Snack Shack exists. And then just some dates that will be closed because Alex and I won't be able to work, or we won't be able to like find others to work with us, is August 12th and August 18th through the 21st. And then finally, with us going off to college, we have our final close date as August 28th.
So kind of just going over the equipment costs, it's basically all the stuff we need to store and prepare all the different menu items that we have. So we've already looked at all the health codes, and we've made sure that all of these different equipment kind of go with the health code and make sure that it's allowed. This is kind of just everything that we have and everything that's necessary to operate our concession stand.
And then now for some logistics and like those forms that we were talking about earlier, just an update on where we are with those and what we have to do to move forward. So these are the different things that we've completed to be registered as a business. We've gotten our FEIN number. We are established as an LLC with our, and that's like the same thing as the articles of organization. We have our WI tax registration. And then Alex is ServSafe Food Manager certified because due to health codes, we need to have a certified food manager in the building at all time, or on like the list of employees. And if you want to see any of these forms, they are in the binder that Mike has. If you want to check out those forms.
They're all here.
We tried.
And then also with that is the insurance. So we have general liability insurance covered by Nationwide. There's our policy number, and it's $1 million per occurrence and $2 million aggregate general liability insurance. And also the city of Hudson is named as an insurer on a primary and non-contributionary basis just to meet the guidelines. And our insurance papers are also in there if you'd like to check those out.
So kind of on what needs to be completed and what we're looking to complete kind of moving forward. So today, the concession agreement, we're hoping to get that signed. And then on the 18th of July, we're trying to get city council approval. So we'll be back for that meeting. And then July 20th, we have a health inspection scheduled. So we're having the health inspector come in, ensure that everything is in working order, everything is up to health code. And then hopefully that same day with approval, we will be getting the seller's permit. So we're gonna need the health inspection and then also the concession agreement to get that seller's permit. So that's kind of the last thing we need to do before officially opening.
And then in between that last date of hopefully getting the seller's permit on July 20th and then to the soft open on July 25th, we'll be cleaning out the room, doing a lot of like equipment tests and food tests just to make sure everything tastes good and we can best serve our customers. Do you guys have any questions? Before we get to your guys' questions, we have a question for you guys, and this is kind of a more technical thing that I'm not sure if you guys would know right now, but we were just wondering if we could use the other half of the building. There's like a storage compartment, and we were wondering like what those guidelines are on using the storage. You know.
So you're talking about the middle portion?
Yep.
So that is, I know, let me look. It is included in the agreement. So the agreement is for the concession stand and central storage area.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
Good to know. All right. And then do you guys have any
Congratulations,
questions?
you guys have done a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
really.
good. Good
I know you
work.
put in a lot of effort
Yeah.
to jump through the hoops and everything to get to this point.
Right.
But I'm glad it didn't deter you.
Yeah. We're really excited.
It was a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah, just like learning the different things that goes into
Oh, yeah.
kind of establishing it and the process of all that.
Yeah.
Are you guys, for supplies, are you thinking of like Sam's Club, Costco supply? Okay.
Yeah. And then some like cups and different stuff. We plan on getting customized cups like for the snow cones and juices with our logo on them.
Oh, fun.
Awesome. Not that you have to do it this year, but in the future, would you look at pursuing some type of cart mobile unit for the Dyke Road? I know it's kind of a short window this year, but maybe in the future, is that something that you'd be open to, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So we really want to like strive for as soon as possible getting that up and running.
Yeah.
So kind of right now with such a short kind
Yeah.
of window to open stuff up, it's difficult, but we really think that would be an awesome opportunity to kind of expand into and kind of either sell snow cones out of or just different things out of. And yeah, it'd be a really good opportunity. So definitely.
And we didn't really want to rush that because there's some like health code things that you would also have to like fit to the stand or to the cart.
Yeah.
How long will you have to have this open before it starts paying you back, right? Because there's a lot of equipment and stuff that you need to buy. So what are you thinking kind of length of tenancy?
That's a good question. It's kind of hard to answer that right now. We're assuming we probably won't be profitable, like everything paid back this summer. But ideally, either by the end of next summer or depending on if it's crazy popular or not, we make it back before that. But as of right now, we don't think this summer we will make this money back. But
You're committing to this summer and then next
Yep.
summer for sure, and then making a decision based on that?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
yeah. So kind of what we really want to do is bring on more people and kind of manage the company kind of in college and kind of doing other stuff, and then have kind of this whole operation be kind of self-sustaining. So ideally we can run it indefinitely, but if something comes up where that's not possible, then we might reevaluate, but that's kind of our long-term plan for now.
Do you guys need like workers' compensation insurance or anything like that, especially if it's gonna be more than just you guys working there?
So right now, it's just us. So once we get employees, ideally, we will look into all the different things that we need, make sure everything is taken care of. And then kind of, we would like to work with you guys and ensure that everything is kind of in working order and make sure that everything's all good.
Throughout the year, during the school year, we'll be looking at like the different steps that we need to take when we start employing people. But this summer, we just plan on us two working.
I read the agreement, but I'm trying to, did you actually did they list the hours you intend to be open?
Yeah, on here, we had the hours 11 to 9, and on the agreement, it had the hours 7 to 10.
Or something like along those lines.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's like you have to be operated under those hours, and just like those are the maximum hours that you can reach until.
Yeah,
So, yeah, in the agreement, it says concession stand operating hours shall be from 6 a.m. to no later than 10 p.m. 7 days per week, beginning July 25th through October 31st. So what I can do is, if the board does approve this, maybe with the changes to reflect the dates or the times listed in the presentation or something like that. So we want it to match what they're going to be doing. Yeah.
The only other thing I thought of when reading under A, the term,
Yeah.
it's just for this year. I mean, they have the right for renewal that we go forward, but
Yep.
shouldn't we just automatically make it cover into next year then, so they can have the chance to recoup their investment and energies from this year? Is really a pretty short time to really do much.
Right.
And I think to be able to automatically give you next year in the agreement lets you know that you've got a future,
Yeah.
you know, and you can make your plans accordingly as well.
I agree.
Yeah. With extending that into the next year, would those other terms still apply then? Because we were considering for the next summer to re-look at some of those agreements with like Booster Club and that stuff. If we were to agree on that, would that like stay the same for the following year?
That's a great question. I don't know, I'm not going to answer you right now and give you a wrong answer, but something that we can definitely explore.
I wonder if there would be some other way to sort of, kind of like what I would call a right of first refusal, that they get the first dibs next year, but it isn't an
They do have that
automatic.
in the agreement.
Okay, that to me would give them that, and then if they wanted to do these other associations or whatever, we aren't bound to the agreement or have to, you know what I mean? So,
It's up to you guys.
I like the
I mean,
right
as
of, I like that right of first refusal idea. I think that's a little more, in the event something
Yeah.
happens for them, at the end of the summer, for whatever reason, the decision comes back that they're like, this isn't what we want to do next summer.
agreed.
It lets them back out equally.
exactly.
As well.
Yeah.
So what we can do is, under the approval tonight, we can just say contingent, approval of the agreement contingent on staff reaching out to So the Boosters Club hasn't been using that site for the last well, shoot, I don't think they've used it since I've been here. So, I mean, it's not like they're, well, I shouldn't say that. We would want to reach out to them, but it might be the fact that they no longer need that space, and we
Yeah.
can just take that out of the agreement completely, because that would be, like I said, a great weekend to have for you guys to be down there,
Absolutely.
obviously.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we would want to look into that.
Okay.
The only other concern I have, and maybe is whether or not they should stay open that late, whether it's safe. You know, I don't know, whether being down in the park and having a venue like that, having that open and allow people to congregate down there, that, I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'm really not overly concerned about it. I'd rather have them down there and open as a
Yeah.
presence, because we do run into a lot of issues late at night.
At
And
9 o'clock, it's still light too
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the summer.
Well, I was thinking 10. 10
Oh,
gets,
yeah, they
yeah.
had nine, yeah, and they had nine
They had 9.
closing,
yeah, so
so
that's,
that's
okay.
appropriate. Yeah, that's appropriate.
I was just worried about after dark.
after dark with them leaving, yeah.
Yeah, we want to go no later than 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, if it's a Thursday night concert and they're running a little late and people are hanging
Yeah.
around, you close at 9:30, I mean, we're not going to be down there, you know, slapping your hands at
Yeah.
your open past 9 o'clock. If you're making money, that's a great time to make money, right? So, we can be flexible in those instances.
Okay. Awesome.
So is there a motion to that effect with the stipulations of staff and the changes that
The
I would
note,
make to the agreement?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Good luck, guys.
Thank you guys very much.
Again.
Nice job.
Really appreciate all you guys' help with us
Nice
and
done.
everything.
We'll be down for some waffle cones.
We'd love to have
Those look
all of you
great.
anytime.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Thank
wish
you,
you all the
thank you.
success with it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we're gonna stick around for the meeting. So, yeah.
Waffle on a stick. Sounds great.
Next item on our agenda is the Prospect Park overlay.
yeah.
And the
So I did
Packet
meet,
had some-
yep, so I did meet up with Don, and we did go kind of look at the site, and basically what we came up with is, it's just a rough schematic. I mean, it's nothing I didn't want to spend thousands of dollars on a professional landscape design when I can kind of walk you through it. So basically, it'd be a 7-foot wide sidewalk, and 1 foot on each side of the sidewalk would be like a decorative brick, you know, like you see stamped brick. So basically, then you'd have your 5-foot walkway in the middle. So this would lead you out to the point, and when you get to the point, it would basically flare, and there would be like a 20-foot diameter circle out there, and then imprinted in that circle, we can go as big as a 8-foot compass that can be stamped into the concrete. Cool. We did reach out to a contractor. He's going to be getting us some numbers, but I just want to get approval tonight to move forward with this project. And if you want to put a not to exceed number on it based on our CIP numbers. So we had I kind of did some rough, estimates just on paper based on some current concrete pricing that we got back for the sidewalk. So it's probably not as much as what I was anticipating. Now, having said that, stamped concrete and colored concrete, if we want to get really crazy, it can really add up in a hurry. But we may have enough between the asphalting, the Prospect Point Trail, which was $20,000, and then the Prospect Point concrete pad, which was $10,000. So we already have $30,000 in the CIP dedicated to this project. So we may come in underneath that amount already. So if you want
We didn't do a design, wouldn't that be cheaper if it was just
right,
a pad?
right. It would be a lot cheaper if it was just a concrete pad, yes.
I mean, concrete wouldn't be nice. I don't know if it could be stamped so it looked like brick or something. I don't know. I'm just saying perhaps, I'm fine with us looking at, adding something decorative, but I'm just saying if that comes in to play, whether people care that much about whether or not there's that decorative element.
I mean, like you said, you could make a motion of not to exceed $30,000, and if so, we can always bring it back. I have to get a couple quotes anyways if it's over 15. So, yeah, but
And
we
are
can
you
do it
thinking the railing, that one picture that had the compass pad?
Yep.
That had railing that was metal in between are you thinking of that kind of railing so you can see through the railing as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, that was gonna be my question. Do we need to
we
do a
need the
railing? Because
railing?
we're
Yeah.
not at the,
No, we're not. So it would be set back enough where we could fit kind of a mower behind it, so we can keep the stuff that's growing up the bluff kept back. So there'll probably be like 8 feet between the.
There's not a safety factor.
No, there's not really a safety factor. No, we really don't need a railing, but it's up to you if you want to see one.
I think it's a waste of money.
I think it's a waste, yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a waste of effect too.
yeah, it looks so
Something
much
to have
more
to take care of
open.
and keep up.
Yeah.
So is this going to, this would be removing that swing and everything in that spot? Am I looking at the right spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, we would relocate the swing. I don't want to get rid of it completely because I think I would get run out of town. I think that's been there since
It's a long time.
early 80s, I believe. It was stamped on the
And it's
concrete.
not in the way of the grave marker, obviously?
Correct.
Right there, okay.
Correct, yep. And we marked out the cistern up there, and the way that this is laid out, it doesn't interfere with the understructure. The cistern is kind of like right smack dab in that U, yeah.
I gave the city the images I had
I saw those, yeah.
of the cistern.
Yeah.
Well, on these bids, Mike, can we, with your idea in mind to stay conservative with the budget, can we kind of do it a little bit à la carte? Number one is we need the concrete pad.
Yep.
And then I think we want to do some stamping or colorizing of it, even if it's monotone. And then what's the additional if we bring in a couple more colors for I love the idea of a compass, just because you're there looking north
Right.
and south and east and west.
You know, most people don't have a
I mean,
clue.
can we give you approval and then kind of tinker with some of the fine tuning dollar amounts with that?
Yep, so we can do just a approval of the base project, direct staff to receive alternate bids for color, stamping, so on and so forth, and I can do it that way too. What's the price of just doing concrete? What's the price of doing alternate? Number one is, what's the price of concrete with the edge stamping? Option 3 or alternate 3 might be, what's the full-blown, stamping
Yep.
with the compass, and they'll give us 3 different options
Yeah,
that you can choose from.
yeah.
Because I'd like to, if the money's there, we've budgeted for it.
Yeah.
I love all the parts that you put into it, minus the railing, I think. I love that cinder path that's there now, but I know that that's not, it's not easy to maintain and it's not gonna fit. But the stamping of the sidewalk out there and back would really keep it unique and not just, a city sidewalk that goes out and back, boring, gray
Yeah.
cement. We don't want that, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Is that a motion?
That's my motion. Did you get all that?
Second.
Yeah,
I'll second it, yeah.
You know what the motion is?
yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Signify by saying aye.
I,
Aye. Motion carried, it's as clear as mud. But I think the gist of it is
Yeah, I got
just
it.
to do that, and I think it could be really a nice.
I think it'll be
great.
really nice, yeah.
So like I said, I'll get the quote back from the first contractor, I'll reach out to another one, just get a couple to compare, and then I'll bring them back to the August park board meeting, and then we'll make an approval and go from there, and hopefully do a fall project, and yeah. That works.
And no, the path will maintain the same layout. You don't have to cut any trees down or,
Correct, no
Okay,
trees,
that's-
yep, nope, exactly. All right. Good, project updates.
I thought updates.
All right, so item number 1, the Lakefront Park boat launch. So the launches themselves have been poured down into the water. We did run into a problem where the cofferdam did breach over the 4th of July holiday weekend. And it so happened that it occurred, see, they poured concrete at noon. They finished it, it was 3 o'clock. We got reports that same night that's when the cofferdam breached at 9. So we did inspect the concrete, it did cure enough. There's not a lot of concern as far as long-term, viability of that launch. So anyways, the launch is poured. They're doing some ancillary concrete pad work up top. Once that's done, they're gonna backfill with the riprap, and then they're gonna start doing the surface work in the parking lot. So all of the storm has been installed, the storm sewer has been installed, the water lines to the yard hydrants have been installed, electrical has yet to be installed, that'll go in here soon. So I don't wanna give any dates because I've gotten bitten on that already. And so let's just say things are progressing, and hopefully things are done rather soon because people are itching to get out. So, yeah, so that's the update on that. The Lakefront Park beach house repairs. So this is for the windstorm that happened. They expect to, all they're doing is finishing up some painting of trim and some siding and some flashing. Kyle from Market and Johnson said by middle of next week to late next week that they'll be out of that site, and all the fencing will be down and we'll be opened up for the rest of the season. So, and that coincides with these guys starting down there, so on and so forth. So good news on that front. And then the last one is the park facilities hail damage. I did receive numbers back from a contractor, submitted those to our insurance company. Talked to the insurance company today. They want to see another set of numbers come through because the first numbers were a little inconsistent and a little high based on what he was seeing in other places of the state. So I have to go out and reach out to another contractor and get more numbers. So to be determined. But that includes, the repairs include the Buckeye Garage, the Lakefront Park band shell, the beach house, the sides that weren't part of the mezzanine, so those two sides, Burton Park, restroom, and then the East Public Workshop. So those are the 5 facilities that we're placing claims on.
Wow.
But that's kind of the update on that. So like I said, still have to get out and get some numbers, and once we get something back, I have to forward them on to our insurance company for them to review before I do any approvals. So that's all I got.
I haven't had any calls about anything at all in the parks.
Yeah, there's been some rash of vandalism that we're still having to deal with, tagging here and there. But as far as cleanliness of the parks, the pavilion rentals, the bathrooms, mowing. Mowing's kind of come to a complete stop. Yeah, but it's been a good summer.
Fairly normal year.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx
Quiet.
myself.
Quiet.
I don't want to. So, yeah.
Yeah, but the park really looked good for the 4th of July and everything else.
Oh man, there were
Yeah, I was
tons of
gonna
people
call
down there.
Mike and his staff on that it was neat to walk around and, with all the visitors. Grass looked good, it wasn't garbage piled up.
Yeah.
Thank
Nice
you.
to walk around your own hometown and be proud of your parks.
And
And
Yeah.
they kept the porta potties and trash picked up out on the end of the dike
Yep.
really well. Some years, that turns into a nightmare.
Yeah, that was one of
And
our priorities.
It was good. I didn't hear any complaints on that this year and
Good.
with it, so that's always a good one.
Good to hear.
Gives this town's kind of parks opportunity to show off too. Everybody's down there to see it. And
Absolutely.
congratulations to the staff on the job.
Yeah.
I'll pass it along.
Well done. Anything for future agendas?
I do. I've had a few people, now that they found out I'm on the board here,
Funny how that happened.
I've had a few people bring up to me that they would really like a Veterans Memorial brought back to Lakefront Park. And so I would like to know what the plan would be to get something like that rolling, and how we can, and talk about that in the future and get that something, with the beautification of Lakefront, that'd be a really nice addition down there. So I'd like to get that going.
Okay.
The comments that we were talking about to that is to have a veterans organization be the sponsors of it, and then we would approve it with them already, foretelling that it's going to be approved, but that, I don't think it's something that we as a city can do.
Okay. But, I mean,
But
we can't, or, this, City of Hudson, I don't know. The City of Hudson
Typically-
recognizes, or is it always done by a veterans
It's
organization?
usually been an outside organization, so like the Boy Scouts, the Rotary.
VFW,
the
I think, would
right.
get behind it with no problem whatsoever.
Okay.
You just have more weight there
Right.
as you're going through the process. But
Should I try to find a
Yep,
group?
yep.
Okay.
You're gonna want to find a group to kind of assist you with that, or help, push that message forward. But then also just general ideas of location, type of memorial, any type of language, that type of stuff, those are all questions that we're gonna need to have our review and
Right.
have answered.
Okay.
Yeah, as we're moving through the process, so.
Would that packet that you put together a year or two ago about our memorials, I know it's a little different than the Veterans Memorial, but
Yes.
you did a lot of work on identifying space, what we do want, what we don't want, so that might help kind of get your mind in like what we've talked about in the past of
Sure,
what's
okay.
available, but yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'll forward that to you, Tori.
Okay, thank you.
Any other ideas or anything for future agendas? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.